and welcome. Probably you're wondering how you can get crystal clear screenshots from your phone to your videos. Well, I had the same question and I think I found a very simple way to do that, and today I want to share this with you. First of all, let's start with the beginning. What do you need? Simple. A phone. I'm gonna use this one. Even though it's an old, tired, beaten up one, it's still good for certain things. I've connected it via USB cable to my computer. Later on, I will show you how you can do this also via Wi-Fi, because yes, this is possible also via Wi-Fi. But unfortunately, this one has a very old Android version that only supports debugging via the USB cable, because at the heart of it is the Android feature of remote debugging, either via USB cable or on your models via the Wi-Fi. Okay, so I have plugged this one in, and I am gonna show you a very simple open source and free software that I have found, which is called ScrCpy. You can find it in GitHub. It also has its own website. For me, the website looks pretty bad. Yeah, that's just my personal opinion. It's basic. That's why I prefer GitHub, because I can also find a very detailed release note on it. We see that it already has 50 releases. So this means that it's actively developed and maintained. And the very last one comes, I think, just last week. Okay, so it's this one. It doesn't require any fancy stuff. It just uses native Android tools like the Android debug server, the ADB, which is included with this piece of software. What I'm gonna do, because I'm on a Windows PC, I'm just gonna download the Win64 zip file, plain and simple. So I'm just downloading it, and then I will just open the folder, download. I see here I have the release, I have the ADB, and I have the ScrCpy executable. What I'm gonna do, I'm just simply gonna unpack this to a folder. So let's say that I'm gonna go into my D drive. I'll just paste it here. And here it is. Now, I'm just gonna need a command prompt or a terminal. In my case, I'll probably use a PowerShell, and to do that, I'm gonna use the Windows X shortcut and select Windows PowerShell from here. By default, it will go into my user space, into my user folder, so I will have to switch the path. First, I'm gonna go into the D drive, and then I will go into ScrCpy. Okay, but I need to do one more setting before I can start on my phone, and that would be to go into the settings, go into the system, then into the developer options. And yes, you need to activate developer options if you had not do this already. And I need to make sure that USB debugging is active. Okay, the USB debugging is active. I have my phone connected to my PC. So now what I will do is I will simply activate the program. And to be able to do that, I'll just have to type it and then say select USB. It will automatically detect any Android debug servers provided by any device, and then it is just gonna show me a window like this, where you can see my phone screen gets mirrored. So whatever I do now on the phone, it will be displayed in the window. But that's not exactly everything that this software can do. And here is the very interesting part. I have my mouse, I have my keyboard, so I can simply control the phone from my computer using the scroll, like going into settings, doing whatever I want. It's bidirectional, it works perfectly, and the very good part is that you can also bring this to a video recording software like OBS, for example. And let's see if this is working. And probably, as you can see, I have now everything in OBS. And one more important aspect, as you can see here, I just have the window. I can capture, in fact, just the window. Let me set up a little bit. Right. And here we go. Now I have beautifully displayed my phone screen together with all the other cameras, and I can even hide the window frame. So I don't see the frame anymore. I just have here the pure image from my screen. Let's see what happens if I'll try to change the layout. So as you can see, the layout has changed as well on the screen. So this is a very interesting feature. I use it sometimes in my videos, and I think it's worth a shot. But on newer Android devices, this is also possible via the Wi-Fi, and you don't need to have your phone connected via USB all the time. And this is specifically useful when you need to plug something else in your USB on the phone, like for example a thermal camera or an OBD2 dongle or any other thing. And I will just show you this today, right now. Let me just simply close first this session. So I will close this session right now. As I closed it, it also got disconnected from the phone. Now I can put that away. And what I will do next is I'm gonna take a newer phone, which has the latest Android version and which supports also the wireless debugging. So to be able to use this wireless debugging mode, first I will have to activate it. And then also important is to disable the authorization timeout. Otherwise, whenever the device will go to sleep, I will need to reauthorize it for debugging. But it's not enough just to activate this like I did on the USB part. I also need to pair it with my PC. So I go into this mode and it will say I have a pairing code, and I also have the IP and port of my terminal. And to be able to do that, I will just need to use now the ADB directly, the ADB. And I will say pair, this is the option, and then I have to input my IP address and my port for pairing and my pairing code. All right. So you see, now it says it's successfully connected, but also here I can see my my PC. Okay, this being said, now I can go and activate the ScrCpy, the screen copy, and the option is TCP/IP equals, and this time I need to input the IP address and the port which is assigned for this session here by the wireless debugging on my devices. By the way, this port will change every time you initiate a new session. So, and voila. Here I also have now my phone connected purely via wireless. And I have again the same features. Like for example, this one where I can browse. I have it in the window, but the funny thing is that I can also do something else. but I need to set my OBS for this, like that. And now, as you can probably see, this image gets captured directly into the OBS without any interference from anything and without the title bar. I know this might be useful for certain use cases when you want to demonstrate something on your phone, like just say that I want to do something with Home Assistant and I want to show this instance, then I can use it in this way and I really get a good resolution. And also what is more important is that I can have my sound synchronized because I'm just using one source to produce the video and then I have multiple sources for the images. Okay, that was it for today. Hopefully this was useful for anyone, and if you enjoy it, don't forget to like it. Until next time, all the best.